What if you were sentenced to death using a form of punishment that was quick, watched by thousands, and even may have made you a household name? We're talking about the guillotine. Join us as we explore the gruesome and fascinating machine that was the favored form of punishment in France for nearly 200 years. And whether you agree with this form of punishment or not, just try not to lose your head and keep calm. The guillotine is probably best known for its work during the French Revolution. It struck fear into the hearts of the innocent and guilty citizens across France. And it was a time of unrest, and those sentenced to death rarely had trials. But beheading and even beheading machines were not new to the world at the time of the French Revolution. Beheading as a punishment happened throughout history and across the world. It can be traced back to ancient Greek and Roman times. However, beheading wasn't for everyone. It started out as an honorable death that
Alright, still I want to mention rather first and foremost, I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh, Yahweh, Shema, Kakadash, Bakathum, double honor to Apostle as good millstone, well, peace, say, so for like Israel, Shalom. It's Brother Karatza coming at you with another lesson. Alright, so this lesson is going to be about you gotta get down or you lay down. You know, that's a quote from the so-called rapper slash actor Beanie Siegel from the movie Estate Property. You know, so I'm using that quote and this title to, you know, to motivate brothers such as myself, the ones that ain't doing the works like as they supposed to do, like I am. You know, if brothers are starting doing it, are starting to lack it, man, like, you know, pick yourself back up or talk to the Lord. Talk to the Lord first and foremost and pick yourself back up, man, you know, because it don't feel good, you know. So you got to get down doing this work and go hard for this truth. 3 videos a week. Or you can lay down. You can go back into the world. So what this lesson is going to be about... boost your faith up. Boost your faith up real quick because you're going to need it. Because that MOTB is coming real quick, man. And the inflation's getting worse and worse. And people still think that normal's coming back. Normal's never going to come back, man. You know, yesterday, close to when I saw a post, brother put up a post said that the stock market and the crypto market crashed. But, you know, pretty much a lot of people lost their money, you know. But at the stock market literally crashed, like literally, you know, actually crashed, you know. The big, you know, for instance, Dust Bowl refugee back in the day, you know. Stock market crashed back in the day. Everybody lost everything, you know. People was committing suicide. People was killing each other, you know. And there was like almost no jobs. The country was about to go down, you know. You ought to learn that in high school, you know, but I remember that from high school. But the point is, you know, today's generation it's gonna be the worst judgment of all time. So, and it's gonna be about the MOTB again. So, honorable death. You know, back then they used to have a big blade where they big blade with the handle where they swing and cut your head off, but not completely, like cut most of the part of the head off. But now they got this new technology they invented back in the day, the guillotine, you know, which is, of course, it's a no-brainer. But they're gonna use this when they declare martial law and mandate the MOTB, you know. When they mandate the MOTB, which is a microchip, almost everybody's going to take it, but except for the elect, men, women, and children, you know, because they know the precepts, and they remain in the faith, and they remain in this truth of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So with that, I'm going to play the video.
It's reserved for nobles and persons of importance. If you were someone of lower status, you were most likely
See that right there? They had a big blade with the handle, like an axe or something. And they used to swing and cut your head off, but not completely, but they'll cut the rest of their head off too, so yeah.
Getting the axe as your beheading device. But those with real prestige were decapitated by a sword. You had to be really important to get the sword. Either way, the result was the same. Beheading was not just a Eurocentric punishment either. Seppuku, which is a ritual decapitation by samurai sword, was practiced in Japan from the 15th to the 19th century. Regardless if you were a samurai, Roman soldier, or English crusader, decapitation was
Yeah, see, like beheading was the worst punishment back in the day, but at the same time, it's a quick death. You know, like when you getting your punishment, like if you're getting tortured, then that's a hateful punishment being sent by the Lord Yahweh. You know, because you pissed him off and you did something wrong and evil. You did a lot of evil in his eyes. So, but when you get quick death, you know, that's mercy. You know, it's gonna be real quick. You know, got this saying that pain is temporary. You know, so when Jacob trouble comes, you know, when the MOTB comes, you know, you're gonna lose everything. Some of the elect is gonna lose everything. You know, pretty much the elect is gonna lose everything. You know, including the martyrs. They're gonna give up this society, completely give up this society for refusing to take in the MOTB. But that's only temporarily, you know, because after everyone takes that MOTB except for the elect, you know, those people that took the MOTB and worshiped the image, they're marked for death. So that's when Jacob trouble pops off. That's when World War III pops off, and that's when the nuclear war pops off. You know. So, but anyway, see on the right side of the video where they had that little block. That's where you put your head on it. That's where you put your throat, separating between your body and your head. And these guys, they have blades, you know, so they'll decide who's going to decapitate this person, you know. Now, understand that the blade is sharp, pretty sharp, but it's not going to completely cut, you know, something thick, you know, because the blade is like long but short. So they needed something big, you know, and they could drop at a very fast speed.
Always an option as a punishment. In England, beheading gained popularity during medieval times. It was used to execute rival rulers, soldiers, and traitors. First beheading.
You know the voice. The one trying to hold you back.
Machine in France. Louis tested his machine on animals, and when the new contraption could cleanly sever the heads off of sheep and calves, he moved to human trials. First, Louis tested his beheading machine on the corpses of dead women and children and was largely successful. However, with dead human male necks, the cuts never seemed clean, and this prompted Louis to go angular shape.
So those people that begin
of the Ville in Paris. Peltier was paraded into the plaza and walked onto the platform, where an enthusiastic and interested crowd awaited his execution. Imagine for a moment you are in the crowd just waiting around. Poets and songs heading a minute. It was said that the names of executioners were chanted for all to hear, and the clothing of executioners inspired the latest fashion trends across France. It was rumored over the centuries that when the head was cut off a victim, it was still conscious and could even move and speak. There is some truth to these claims, but
again, so let me show you. The MOTB, microchips, you know. It's going to get real bad out here, but these 2/3, they're going to run the hard way. So, especially the ones that refuse the truth at the first place. Now here's the scary part about it right here. Now, Jake's that's been in this truth and went back in the world, you know, really went back in the world, they probably going to take the MOTB. You know, because they already, you know, left the faith. You know, it's not just me that the Lord gave me this truth. There's plenty other brothers, there's plenty of guys that the Lord gave this truth, and they left the truth, you know, because of their disobedience, their lack of knowledge, their lack of diligence, you know. Again. So, there you go right there. The MOTB. And you got these other false camps saying that the MOTB is not the microchips. It's a philosophy. It's a spiritual thing, which is completely a lie. You know, you camps got a lot of explaining to do. You camps got a lot of explaining to do, man. That's just disrespectful, man. That's completely disgusting. How you leading the Lord's people astray. So, Revelation 13:16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So no matter what, so if you receive the mark in any part of your body, just in general, then you're marked for death. And that no man might buy or sell save that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath an understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay, there it is right here. At Revelation 24, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received mark upon his forehead or on their hands, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. There you go again. So let me go back to the precept where it said, okay, and 11. I'm jumping down to 11. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it. From those faced the earth, and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, and small and great, stand before Yahweh, and the books were open, and another book was open, which is the book of life, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. So the Lord, like what you do on this side of the what you do on this side, on this earth, the Lord's gonna see it. He's gonna record it, he's gonna write it, and he's gonna decide who's gonna be written in the book of life, and who's gonna receive damnation. Again, the elect was written in the book of life from the beginning. The elect were God's before, and they're gonna be God's again. Period. All right, there's no way around it. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. So when it says cast in the lake of fire, it's talking about the nuclear missiles, okay? So you get shot during Jacob's trouble, or you get stabbed, or you get your bones break, or get ran over by a car because people are bugging out. But when nuclear missiles come real, when they are like about to hit the last second, the Lord will resurrect you, and the missiles hit, and he'll resurrect you just to make you feel those nuclear missiles burning through your skins. All right, that's not talking about the fiery pits under the earth, that's going off, Satan ain't got his own, he ain't got his own thing. He worshiped the Heavenly Father, okay? And if that was the case that Satan was was going against the Heavenly Father, then there wouldn't be such thing as sin, There wouldn't be such thing as going off. Every Israelite would have been right, just like Yahushua. So, okay, so understand that as well. So, hopefully this lesson was edified. I'd like to give all praise to how Basim Yahushua, Basim Al Kakadash Bakatham, Deba Ansar Basa, as a good milestone, well, peace, salutation, so fully. What's wrong with that? Shalom.